Welcome back, everybody. As you probably guessed, this video is about Olight's flash sale. From the title and the thumbnail, if you clicked on it and it upsets you for any reason, there will be a link to a mental health resource in the video description. And I'm not kidding on that. I'm being dead serious. It will be there if you need help. So with that, let's get into the actual lights. I don't have all the lights of the sale, and the sale goes live, I believe, on the 28th, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. But we do have some of the lights that are on sale here. So just check the site out if you're looking for everything. Additionally, I should always mention that code Mr. Guns and Gear will get 10% off any non-sale item, and that's anytime over there on that site as well. Link will be in the video description. So first up, go over this guy here, and there's several colors of this available during this sale. But this one here is the Warrior 3. It's got a 1-inch body there. It is tail cap rechargeable and also accepts a switch, which we'll get into here in just a second. And it's a gas pedal switch, so you just press low and then high. When you fully press it, you can have it momentary or constant. And additionally, you can control different modes through the side here of this button if you choose to do so. And that also gives you your battery indicator on there as well as your intensity indicator out front there. We do have good bevel on there, and that would definitely take some DNA out if you wanted to use it as an impact weapon. Two-way clip there is removable, and if you wanted to add it to a weapon, you could do so because it's a 1-inch body. So any of your 1-inch body mounts out there will fit this just fine. Additionally, they do offer a tape switch for it. Now, their tape switches have gotten better over the years, and honestly, I think it's probably because of my criticism of them, but they're still, my personal opinion, not where I would want them. I'm like a duty rifle. I personally wouldn't trust the switch, and we'll show you why. So basically, the switch is magnetic, just like that. It goes on, and at this point, you can pull it off, but there is a locking collar on it, which is good. That's an improvement, right? So to lock it, you just basically push it forward, and now it is locked on. Now, on a heavier recoiling gun, like for instance on a 7.62 by 3.9 AR-15, I've had that locking collar unlock, which allows it to come off. You know, and that's under full auto fire as well, which I'm sure most of you aren't doing. But if you are, or if you're shooting in harsh conditions, it can come off. So I wish they had a different system, but it is what it is. But the pad here is really well designed, has that 1913 interface there, so it will stick on there. And then we have the big button is for high output, so you can see that right there. And again, you can either have constant or momentary depending on how you hit it, and then low. For those of you out there who believe for whatever reason that you're going to blind yourself if you use a high output light in your house, I guess there's that for you. You can do that. Additionally, we have this guy here, which is the swivel. Up next, they have an orange model. They also have, I believe, green still. And this one here is micro USB rechargeable. And basically you have two different lights on it. And this is kind of like the area light here. And that's the more, I guess, throwy version of it. That said, it's not a super high output light, but what's cool about it is that it has this magnetic interface right here, so you can put it on anything. So the green one that I talked about, I believe 2 months ago, is now my truck light rather, which I keep in my truck all the time because I have a USB-C charger anyway. And basically when I'm cleaning up at the range, I just stick it on my truck and it illuminates the whole area. And I'm able to pick my brass up and all those sorts of things. But there is a multitude of uses for this. Of course, it swivels all the way out and has the little detent lock positions in there. And the interface is just here on the side. You guys will see the output of all of these lights here in just a second. And then here we have this guy here, which is the i5R. So the i5T has been out for a while. It's the same essentially body light, but now it comes with a rechargeable AA battery. As I always say in these videos as well, I wish they would make these high-low for the American market, but unfortunately they don't. It is low-high, so first is low and then high. But it would be a great little tactical EDC light if it was high-low, but it's not, so just know that going in. Has a removable two-way clip, so you could put it on a baseball hat or something like that and still have hands-free use. And additionally, we have this one here, which is the smaller version of it. It's the i3T, and obviously it takes a AAA battery, same interface, same clip, and all the sales are, portion of the sales, I believe, are going to breast cancer from these ones with the pink one. I'll put the details here on your screen. And then additionally, we have the, I don't know how to say it, Perun or Perun 2. This is a sort of a floodier light, and it's designed to sort of spit out a wall of light. Of course, it's a 90-degree light as well. Has that two-way clip, magnetic tail cap charging. Has the same battery as the earlier one, which is a 5000 mAh rechargeable battery, as you guys can see right there. Or that one's 4,000. Scratch that. It's a 4,000. The other one's 5,000. And it is O-ring sealed on there to keep out any sort of moisture. And they also have a proximity sensor on it. It's that little black piece right there. So that way, if you are too bright and you get, there we go, you get close, it will automatically dim down, as you guys probably just saw right there. The camera's probably not showing that as well as it does in real life, but it does do that. So that way you're not gonna blind yourself if you have it set up like in a headlamp. And speaking of that, they have two different headlamp setups here. This one here where you would just put it right through. And then they also offer this headlamp setup where basically you would just put it like so and then wrap the strap around. And then you can wear it on your headlamp. Of course, you can adjust the cant, all of those sorts of things. But if you get something pop up in your face real quick, it will auto dim down. So that way you don't blind yourself. So that, I suppose, is a good thing. This little guy right here, which is the i3E, I believe is free. Again, at the link in the video description, if you just log in, they'll send you one of these out. But it's got a AAA battery keychain on there. And of course, you just turn it and it comes on. And trust me, it's much, much brighter than like an iPhone or something like that. So that sort of is the competitive market for that. Then we have the O Pen Pro, speaking of iPhones. This one, of course, is a light and a laser. So the button here on the side, which is also what activates the pen portion of it, if you push up on it, it will turn the light on there, as you see there, and then you can work through the different modes. And again, comparing it to like a iPhone, it is way, way, way brighter. And then once we turn it off, if you press and hold, you will get that green laser that you see there. So it can work as a laser pointer as well. It's USB-C rechargeable and does come with 2 ink inserts. So it's a lot of writing to be able to do before you run out. So with that, let's check out the beam comparison. For those of you that are new, that spot where the wood fence meets the iron fence is approximately 35 feet away. Those trees back there behind it are 40 to 50 depending on the actual tree. And right now we have my camera set up in manual to as closely as possible mimic what I see here with my human eye. And we have the Warrior 3 on low. Using that side switch, work through the different modes. And you guys can see there low, medium, and high. And then if we hit the tail cap and bump it up there into turbo, that is what you see. Obviously a ton of candela, you know, over 20,000 candela, but still has a pretty good spill to give you good situational awareness as well. Now we have the Perun 2 on low, and you guys can see obviously it's a much floodier beam pattern, and we'll work through the different modes there. Low, medium, high, and then double click to put it on turbo, and truly a wall of light, as you guys can see. That hotspot's very wide, and basically we're getting very, very close to 180 degrees of illumination. Here's the output on low from the i3T, that AAA powered light, and then if we go ahead and double click, put it on high, you guys can see not an output monster at all, but it's a very small light. And then here we have the i5R, and that is on low, and then double click, and that is high again. I wish it was high-low. That'd be a cool little pocket light for tactical use, but alas, it is not. Now we're looking at the high output there on the swivel. This is sort of the more flashlight one, not the wide area one. And there we go. That is the low version with that output, and we'll switch over to the wide illuminating version there. And that is the low of it. Very low, but give you a very long battery life. And then again, back to the high output, and you guys can see there, again, it really is. It's 180 degrees of light all the way around illumination. Now we're at about 10 feet from my fence, and we just click the O Pen once, and that will be the low mode there that you guys can see. And working through the different modes, that's high. So a good bit of illumination, or that wasn't high, that's high. So again, much, much brighter than what you'd get with, say, an iPhone. And then turn it off and press and hold, and there we have our green laser. One item that I forgot to show you guys out there on the dock was the Obulb, and that is available in the sale, and that is on low, as you guys can see there. And you can work through all the different colors, as you can see. And then once you get back to, just double click it for high. I worked through it too fast. There we go. That is high on the Obulb. Again, that has a magnetic backer there, which allows you to mounted up to the piece of magnetic steel, pretty much anywhere for illumination under the cupboard, in a closet, whatever the case may be. And of course, again, you can also work through all the different colors that it does have. Once again, for the new folks, the far tree line that you see out there is about 110, 115 yards from where I'm standing right now across the lake. And that right there is the Warrior 3 on low with the tail cap. And then we bump it up there on high. And you can see those candela really do start to come into play. Obviously, that little fishing shack there. You guys might not be able to see it until I zoom in, but with my human eye, I'd be very easily capable of spotting someone. I'd probably be able to tell what was in their hand as well, because again, with my human eye, this is what I'm seeing. The camera has a hard time picking that up when it's zoomed all the way out. You can see the spill still illuminating the roseberry bush down here as well. But yeah, plenty of throw for most needs out there, especially in a light that size. And then we'll go with Perun. And you guys can see it's just very different in terms of the actual candela. Definitely has better spill for sure. But if you're trying to ID what was in, say, someone's hand out there, that's probably 130 yards away. It'd be much easier with the Warrior, like you see here, than it is with the Perun 2. With the beam comparison done, that's all I have for you. Again, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Again, link to everything will be down below in the video description. Look forward to seeing everybody in the next video.